Hello and welcome to Hindsight Magic, where I lose and hopefully you learn. Today I'll be doing a draft on Gatecrash. Basically, Gatecrash, I have just not really understood this format at all. In real life, I have actually won 4 drafts, but in online, I have not won a single time. I'm going to go back over and look at some of my Gatecrash drafts and try to analyze and figure out what I did wrong. I'm sure there's a lot of beginner mistakes I'm doing, so I certainly welcome anyone to give me feedback because I certainly need it. Hopefully this might be good for you too, because you can see what mistakes not to do and how not to waste your money online. This pack opened it up and I love the Fireman Avenger. I really like it. I actually built a constructed deck around it and the guy that gives haste, because I just really think that Lightning Helix is so good. I think there certainly was a lot of maybe better stuff. I mean, I love Balustrade Spy. Executioner Swing, Death Approach is good. Fireman Avenger can win you the game, so I was thought, I mean, what better card to pick? Had to go with it. Here I go, off into Boros land, and what do I get? A True Fire Paladin. I obviously picked that up so quick. It's just... Hang on, let me see if I can even go back. Okay, I mean, honestly, I don't really see anything. Right at Precinct 6, if I wanted to go Demir, is really good. But I mean, True Fire Paladin, I just feel is like the best 2-drop, because right is a little conditional. It's True Fire Paladin. I mean, come on. It's like I've had people beat me with this. They dropped it on turn 2, Holy Mantle, and it doesn't matter what your opponent plays, they just win. Next pack. Thespian Stage, not really anything exciting. But Woljek Halberdiers, I'm sorry, my pronunciation's all probably off, but another really strong 2-drop, and it just feels so often that in Gatecrash that I was losing to decks with a lot of 2-drops. Just seemed like the best way to go. And on top of this, it really felt to me that Boros must be open. Basilica Screecher, I really like, and there's a lot of, I really think that Orzhov with Splash of Blue might be the strongest, but I'm not going to switch. It definitely seems that Orzhov might have been open. Maybe looking at this, it maybe really was open. And so, Madcap Skills, and I know I feel bad even picking Madcap Skills because I just feel it's such a swingy, cheesy thing to lose to, but it is good. 2 mana, 3, it's like, why is it 2 mana? And this is, I guess, the point of these videos. Like, obviously the game has a part of chance or luck to it, and that's fine. And maybe that's just how I'm losing, but when you lose every time online, then you know that that's just not true. So there's got to be some sort of reason. Hellraiser, I know this is a bad call, but this is what I liked about it. Because this, with Fireman Avenger, is incredible. I mean, you drop this in turn 3, turn 4 you drop in this, and of course you've got some sort of 1-drop or 2-drop, and you swing in. It doesn't matter at that point anymore about the fact that your Hellraiser is never going to block, your guys aren't going to block, and you're going to lead them to the death, because you've got, Fireman Avenger backup, and that's what's really awesome about it. So now this one's a little trickier, because actually I do feel that Skimbrian Goblin has a place, but Daring Skyjack is just much better, I think. 2 mana, 3/1, Mark for Death. I really wanted to make this card work, and I just have never gotten it to work. It just seems like my 2-drops are getting insane. True Fire, anyway, we'll see. This one, not really great, but, there's times where Court Street Denizen does its job, especially in Boros. Here, I actually do not like this guy. I don't know, a lot of people do like him, and it's not the 4 mana. I mean, yeah, that's kind of bad. Obviously, I'd much rather have the Avenger, the Fireman Avenger, but basically, my thought is that without Battalion, he's might as well be a Daring Skyjack. With Battalion, then he's really good. But I'd still rather have a Daring Skyjack, because a Daring Skyjack is a 3/1, and then he has evasion. So I just really like Daring Skyjack over this Ordor Run Veteran, which he's a Minotaur, which I wonder if there'll be big Minotaurs in the next set, because it's all Greek stuff. That could be interesting. I picked him, but I'm not a big fan of him. Also, by the way, Sapphire Drake, another showing that, Simic is wide open. Protector, but he's just really expensive. And this is where I'm, like, a little worried, because, yeah, I like the 2-drops, but all of a sudden, the cheap Boros is gone, and maybe I should have picked that up, that there's other people or something, I don't know, playing it. So, even with 6 creatures so far in the first pack, well, yeah, that's okay, I guess. So here, pretty horrible. Now, I actually have played Crackling Perimeter in a deck and won a game, but this just wasn't going to seem like it. Maybe I should have hated Spell Rupture? Yes, I do. Okay. And that one's, I think, Simic. Of course, as I see another Crackling Perimeter go around. I so wanted to love this card in the beginning, but that shows how bad a player I am, because at the pre-release, I was like, oh, this is great. You just put this on, you put Skybinder Staff on your flyer, and you're indestructible. Hydroform because it was better than the land. I don't know. I mean, picking a land was pointless, so I got to at least think that was at least one pick I did right. And I'm still happy about the Fire Mage Avenger. You can see how excited I am. I'm like, oh, just think of the games I'll win. Okay. Enter the Infinite. Lousy rares, so that's pretty useless. I'm not a big fan of Bomber Corp. I might have grabbed the arrows. I have zero removal so far. Warmind Infantry is actually really good, and I do really, really like it. Let's see what I pick here. I think arrows is the right call. I think. Nice, good call. I don't know, it's so funny. Knightly Valor, I totally love. Nightwatch is okay. I actually really, really love this guy. He's a sack outlet, and for Orzhov, I really like him. But the Warmind Infantry may be the right way to go. I do, okay. So it seems good. I mean, I'm going into this with 9 creatures, a couple mediocre ones. 5 Alarm Fire, I have lost to it, but, I'm maybe a bad player, so who really knows if that was any good. I'm assuming I just take the Shank Tail, but who knows, maybe let's see what I pick. You can see him, making decisions. Righteous Charge, you think, oh, that could win games, too. I mean, he's got First Strike, he's awesome, and he works as a combat trick. Oh, what did I do? The 5... 5 Alarm Fire. I don't know if that was what I should have done. Thought, wow, it's rare. It must be good. Now, I do have 4 gold cards. That's not too bad. Maybe I should have taken the Boros Guildgate. And this just seems so good. I mean, 2 of them. It's like, it's one of the best 2-drop common. Because, right, the Paladin's got to be uncommon. So he's got to be, the second best 2-drop out there. I mean, I think he's way better than Shambles Shark. Maybe the Righteous Charge was a better call here, but I'm pretty sure I go... Oh, I want the... Why did I do that? I mean, I'm just not a big fan of the Veteran, but maybe I was just... I don't know. I once lost a game because I got too many gold cards. Maybe I thought that would be a great idea. This seems like there's nothing, so I just hate that. I hate the Devour Flesh. Now here, Pit Fight versus Massive Raid versus Martial Glory. But the Massive Raid, I figure, okay, it's only 1 or 2, but I picked it just because I felt I needed the direct damage, something. I think I picked that just because it's rare, and it's unexpected results. It's so super awesome. Yeah, these late game picks, I just don't know. Shielded Passage, I totally thought could actually make the deck. And at the time, I thought Beckon Apparition would be really good. Aerial Maneuver, I thought that would be a good trick, and maybe be better than Shielded Passage. I get my second, Veteran win. This way, I felt a little better about grabbing the 5 Alarm Fire. At this point, so we're going to the 3rd pack, and it looks like I've got, I think a curve that I want. The curve was talked a lot. I haven't really figured it out yet, but this definitely seemed like the right direction. I don't know. Lots of 2-drops. You're Boros. I didn't really think I'd play the Protector guy, but maybe I figured maybe I'd have to. Anyway, so we move into the 3rd pack here. Blind Obedience, I maybe should have picked that. I don't even know, but there's nothing Boros really great that I see. This would be awesome. Maybe I should have Splash Green, because he's just great. Act of Treason maybe is what I go with. Let's see. Yeah, you can see I'm kind of confused. Yeah, Act of Treason might be the best one, because... I figured maybe they put out a bomb, I use it to win, I grabs a battalion. It just seemed I definitely needed at least 1 in the deck, for sure. Now I'm like, holy shit, there's a Holy Mantle, Fortress Cyclops, which at the time, and even now, I'm just not a big super fan of. Now this is a hard call. Daring Skyjack versus Boros Charm, and especially with 11 creatures going into the 3rd pack, I might pick the Boros Charm. I did. That was maybe a problem. Maybe I should have. And I grab a big guy that I'm never going to cast. There's, oh my god. Oh, Gift of Orzhova and also a third war. It's funny. Like, the previous pack, I didn't think about the fact that I only had 11 creatures too much. But then the next pack came up, and then I'm like, Jesus, another great 2-drop. And I mean, Boros Charm, I think, is super strong. So, I mean, I thought that was still okay. Yeah, now here I picked, maybe I should have picked the Cinderella. I mean, the problem with Cinderella I've been having, or that I had thought, is that it's just 4 mana. It's really kind of expensive, and it takes 2 turns to kill somebody with it. Much rather have a mugging. But at the time, I guess I just thought Ember Beast was a much stronger creature, because, I mean, 3/4, I mean, 3 mana. So, I mean, even at this point, I'm really super excited. I mean, I pretty much am just peeing my pants with the fact that I've got, Fire Maid Avenger and Holy Mantle, and, I mean, 3 Woljik Halberdiers and a Paladin. I mean, I'm really going in this, and this is an 8/4. This is a big deal for me. We'll see. I think I could just grab the Realm Right because it's rare. Do I really grab him because it's a creature? No, I grabbed the Mana Fixing. I don't know about that. Maybe I should have grabbed the 1-drop there just to have 14 creatures. It's just, obviously with Magic Online, it's really easy to see how bad you are. And I had to grab that. Then, I'd grabbed a 5-drop creature instead of a 1-drop creature. Maybe that was a mistake. Here I'm thinking maybe if I got more combat tricks. Obviously, I'm just not getting any more playables at this point. So it looks like 14 creatures is where I'm going to be at. Alright, so start building my deck. And I still am super excited. I mean, okay, maybe obviously in the second pack, maybe the Boros was getting dried up or whatever before it got to me, but I mean, I still feel this is really, really strong. Yeah, this is where I'm obviously realizing I'm kind of screwed when it comes to creatures. But I mean, it's not that bad. I still have a lot of 2-drops. I mean, I think I'm going to play the Beckoning Apparition just because well, maybe I don't, but I probably need it just to have an extra critter. 5 Alarm Fire, maybe I should have pulled out, but it's a rare, and I'm like, oh, dude, this will totally win. And, maybe that's where I just kind of thought. And I was like, I mean, it certainly felt pretty damn good. You see, as I'm trying to cut down the other here. But, 14 creatures and 9 other, but that's removal, and we'll just kind of see how this goes.